All right. Hello, lovely party people. Why is it as soon as I hit go, my voice starts to already crack? All right, I'm going to let people come on. And we're just going to have a very short, even like 15-minute live. I feel like I've just been on one. I've been having conversations out loud and even in my own mind, and I want to share all these manifestation nuggets with you guys. Honestly, my brain is so overwhelmed with so many great ideas, I kind of don't even know where to start and where to end. As you guys may or may not know, the Manifestation Equation Masterclass just kicked off last Saturday. People are already seeing results in literal days. Hi, nice to see you. I'm doing good. I've been silent for a little bit because I have so many fun plans for like 10 more courses that I have coming out. One of them, the next one being the Belief Accelerator one. And honestly, today, I want to talk a lot about beliefs and forming beliefs. So depending on, whether you're a new follower or an old follower, I know that you guys love to kind of just like sit and hear me talk, but please do engage with the video, because sometimes it thinks that, this is like spam or something, or like I'm a bot. And so please, I know that you might be sitting, you might be taking notes or something, but try to throw in a couple of comments or things of that nature. I guess it doesn't really acknowledge likes, but of course, any engagement is good just to show that like there are live people watching this. Anyway, so I kind of want to get to the core of manifestation. And I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been thinking about what is something that can solve this entire manifestation community's situation. And I've been studying and going back to the basics. I'm actually reading some more new books on it and things of that nature. And then it kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks, because my brain works in a very interesting way. And so it's always reverse engineering problems or situations to figure out the best and most efficient way to make this process bigger, better, faster, stronger, right? As always. And so when it comes to manifestation as a whole, okay, if this is a new concept to you, please know that I'm going to go into a lot of depth in just 15 minutes. So if you can give me 15 minutes of your time, I promise you it won't be wasted. The one thing above and beyond any and everything else is that we need to, first of all, delete all the other manifestation content for just 2 seconds. What is manifestation at its core? It's the ability to attract what you want through forming new belief systems or assumptions about that of what you desire. Now let's think human psychology for 2 seconds. Humans, me, you, the next door neighbor, everyone on this call, all 102 people, 105 people, are comprised of, I want you to imagine almost like a smoothie. Just think of it. Stay with me. I swear it's going to make sense, okay? Now, I want you to imagine in the smoothie, we're putting like strawberries and milk and banana and blueberries and all these lovely things, right? Hi, lovely Laura. And then we kind of blend it all up, right? And then it creates that smoothie that has that particular color, particular taste, particular experience, right? I want you to think of your reality in the same manner. Stay with me here. Us as humans are comprised of dualities, and that's a fancy word of me saying like good things, medium things, and not so good things. It's almost like a steak, right? Like rare, what is it? Like medium rare, medium well, well done. There's like different levels to humans, right? Because our beliefs aren't so black and white. There's like a little bit of black, a little bit of white, a little bit of gray, a little bit of in between, a little bit of I'm not really sure what this is. And so humans in general are the compilation, okay, the sum of, the average of all of our belief systems combined. And when you take all of our belief systems combined and you kind of average it, so to speak, that's what creates the reality that we are experiencing. That's what creates the reality that we are experiencing. So it is a compilation of both our good beliefs and our bad beliefs that create this reality, right? That's what it is. And so if you don't like some aspect of this reality, the good news is you can change it. Because think about the areas of your life that are going really well. What is an area of your life? Comment down below. Love you, and oh, thank you so much. I'm the best manifestation coach. Thank you. What is an area of your life that's going really, really well? Just do this exercise with me for 2 seconds. I swear, if you don't like it, you can click off afterwards. It's going to help you, right? It's going to help you. It's going to blow your mind. What is one area of your life that is going well? I'm going to show you this in real time with your answers, with your tangible answers. Toys and things for my daughter. Okay, so maybe like having money, right? Having provisions, having the ability to protect or provide, right? Some people may also say finance. Some people may also say love. Yeah, my relationship, right? I literally imagine any toy and it comes for free. Oh, that's so nice. I love that for you and your daughter. Health, fitness, body. Okay, so there are certain things, good, because it's kind of like one of each thing, right? So health, maybe provision, finance, love, all the fun things, right? Now I want you to think about just for 2 seconds, and even if you didn't comment, I want you to have it in your head and do this exercise with me mentally. What are the beliefs you have about that area that goes really, really well? What are the beliefs you have about that area? So, for my girlie who said fitness, health, and body, what are the beliefs you have about fitness, health, and body? For my girlie who said I get free toys for my children, for my child, my daughter, what do you believe about that side? For the girlie that said relationship, what do you believe about that? It's easy. That's the first comment here. It's easy. Another one said that I'm gorgeous, and it's easy for health, right? So you have belief systems in the areas of your life that go really well, really easy, really matter of fact, that it is easy, that this is natural, that this just happens, right? And so do you ever wonder about people who are not aware of manifestation, who are not aware of it? Why? Some people tell me sometimes, how come they get to have things and they're not even aware of this process and they don't even have to do any of the stuff that I have to do? My answer to somebody who says that is you have to understand that the things in their life that they're not needing to actively manifest or make better or anything like that, the reason they don't, and the reason it works without manifestation for them, without conscious manifestation, I should say, is because they just have a really good baseline of beliefs. It's not as if they have crap beliefs, right? And they're somehow getting above, beyond, and more this spectacular, wonderful thing. It's that some part of their life or their baseline or their childhood was supportive of what they're experiencing. Because even if you ask a non-conscious manifester, like, how is it that, money always works out for you? They're gonna give you some story, and they're not even gonna be aware of it, I don't know, I just always feel like, no matter what, even if I'm in a tight spot, like money always eventually shows up. Money always eventually shows up, It's like, even when I've been in a bind, even when I've been in this, something always happens, and it's always so crazy. My issue is mindset and trusting. Yeah, right? And so even someone who's a non-conscious manifester is someone that has beliefs in a positive direction. Because I do see some people even feeling maybe resentful that how come other people don't have to do this and I have to do this, type of thing. It's like this energy. And I want to remind you that the reason anyone would maybe not be consciously doing some work around something that you would need to do work on and they don't is because they still have a really good foundation. And so they're able to bank off of that foundation. Now, 2 seconds. What is an area of your life that you're really struggling in? Comment that now down below. Thank you so much, Samantha. Thank you for sharing this out, guys. Thank you for engaging with it. Thank you for all your kind words. I'm going to get to the question, how long does it take to change beliefs? I'm going to get to that in 2 seconds. Just give me a second. So what is something that you're really struggling with? Relationship, changing my body, love, career. Great. So I love how I got basically the same exact answers, right? But from different people in different ways. Love is the only thing. Everything else comes easy. Yeah, I love it. Now, my follow-up question, right? What do you believe about that area that's hard? What do you believe? What do you believe about that area that is hard? I'm so excited. I'm about to trap you in a corner. I'm about to trap you right now. I believe I'm unlovable and hard to love. Right, I love it. I love the self-awareness. I love the self-awareness that I'm difficult to love. Wow, people struggle with that I'm unstable for money. I don't love and it, I don't love it and it's hard. Okay, perfect. Got it. So do you see how, for those people who may be confused, right? For those people who may be confused, I want you to understand that your reality is responding to your belief system. Some people are like, how many people think this? I believe this because that's what's been shown to me. Maybe even I believe this because that's how life has worked out my whole life. Who's believed that? I can't believe in more. This is just how life has always worked out for me. But it is the act of you forming the belief first that yields the reality. Because reality is a mirror that is responding to you constantly. If you've never heard this, I'm going to tell you something that's going to be interesting to expand your mind. You have been manifesting, and that best friend that may not even know about manifestation and may actually be against it because she thinks it's something weird, right? You have been manifesting from the moment you were born. From the moment you just came out of mama's womb, you've been manifesting because you have a brain. And so your brain is always cognizant of its surroundings, and it is always assigning meaning, safety, and value, and creating stories about what is or is not happening in relation to you. And that is the act of manifestation. That is the act of forming beliefs. And because your beliefs form your reality, the only thing you need to be worried about is your beliefs. Because when you change your beliefs, you change your energy. When you change your beliefs, you change your emotions. When you change your beliefs, you change your electromagnetic signature, if we want to go quantum physics. Everything is technically tied to the belief system. Everything. Absolutely everything. And so the reason that this is relevant is because in the areas that you are stuck, you may say, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. It's just not how life goes. That's just not how things have worked out. But what I want to tell you is that you went first, reality went second. Because reality is always responding to you. Always. There's never a time that it's not. Now, let me be very clear, because I want to make sure that people don't get my words misconstrued. This is also not me saying, because I know some people have this school of thought, right? That the whole world and your whole life is your fault. And this is not the act of victim blaming or anything like that. That is not my belief system. But it is my belief system to become the best version of myself and to see what part I play in reality creation. And so what I believe manifestation is not everyone is you pushed out. It's not. It is the predominant people, places, and situations that are attracted to us. Okay, the people, the dominant people, places, and situations that are attracted to us are mirroring to us a pattern or a trauma or a wound. Any word you want to throw on there is fine. I'm just using these words interchangeably. Still needs healing. That still needs healing. Okay? Just for 2 seconds, because I don't want to go and lose my train of thought, but I like this question, so I'm going to just respond to it for 2 seconds. Can you believe in manifestation and God? This might be a dumb question, but I'm curious. I don't think it's a dumb question at all. I believe in God. I have a great relationship with God. I have a great relationship with the divine, right? I believe that God has given us the access to learn about manifestation through religious texts. And you can see how manifestation is cited in almost every major religious text worldwide. It's not just in Christianity, it's in basically every single religious book. And so I thank God every day for the fact that we have these texts to read, that we have this wisdom, this inner knowledge to activate, because what would happen if those books never existed? What would happen if we never came across that wisdom? We actually wouldn't know how to change our lives. We wouldn't know how to improve our lives. Our lives would then feel very powerless to an outside force. And so I love my relationship with God. I love my relationship with the divine, and I am always strengthening it. I'm always strengthening it. And even when I pray to God, I pray in the manner that God says you should pray, which is to give thanks and hold the feeling of, gratitude as if it has already been received. As if it has already been received. And there's so many different ways that I can go with that. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other time. Yeah, I love this. I love it so much. Okay, perfect. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, our belief systems are really the only thing that we need to be controlling to be able to get an entirely different life. And so also just one more thing, because I see more God comments come through. Another thing that helped me shift my perspective on God during a time where my life was kind of in the crapper and everything was going wrong, and I was wondering, why is God kind of making me suffer, is I started to take on the belief system when I came into manifestation knowledge and wisdom that God actually is not able to give me what I want unless I meet God halfway. Right? And when we pray and when we ask for things, we are asking from this place of lack. We are asking from this place of, I'm not good enough. And so God, please, I'm praying to you to bring me that right man who treats me well. But I'm still riddled with insecurity. I'm still riddled with poverty thinking, but I want you to save me and my whole life. Right? I want you to imagine God is a benevolent person that is actually, think of I call this my Price is Right analogy. I want you to imagine that God has everything waiting for you behind curtain number 1. He has everything there, and he wants to give it to you. God, universe, source, whatever you believe in, not trying to push any type of religion on you, right? But yeah, he has everything waiting behind curtain number 1. Universe has everything waiting behind curtain number 1. Quantum physics, your quantum reality has everything waiting behind curtain number 1. But no one can get you there without you helping yourself first. It takes radical self-accountability. It takes an ability to believe, to trust in the unseen, to create unshakable, unwavering belief in that of what you want without seeing it. And that can be really hard and really challenging, which is kind of why I created the course that I did. And in case you guys have missed it or you've hopped on or off, I have a program, new, first time I've ever run it, Belief Accelerator program. So if you struggle with the 3D, you struggle with creating beliefs, dissolving resistance, dealing with the 3D, creating unshakable, unwavering, concrete beliefs, in 4 weeks, we're literally going to change your whole life around. And you can find the information in my bio if you're interested in something like that. There's even ways to add one-on-ones with me, as well as my family in the checkout. So you can kind of click my bio and click open and click the Belief Accelerator and read on it. If you have any questions, just send us an email or send me a DM. We have people signing up, but we have limited spaces. So just to clarify that. So you definitely want to get in sooner than later is the way that I'm putting that. But anyway, to kind of go back to where I was before, we need to be able to show up for ourselves. We need to be able to form beliefs that are, ironically enough, contradicting our current reality. Now, what do I mean by that? You may be in a reality where you want your money to go ahead. You want your body to look different. You want love to find you. Oh, by the way, it's for any desire, by the way, also, just so you know. It's not just love focused, it's literally anything you want. And so anyway, when it comes to that, you have to remember the only reason certain areas of your life haven't gone ahead is because you still have beliefs that are keeping you separate from it. I'll give you an example. I want to manifest $100,000 months in my business, $100,000 years maybe for myself, for corporate people, right? And I have belief systems that say people don't pay me, they can't afford me, or I never get a raise and I'm not good enough. How can I get more money, or the money that I want, or the clientele that I want, with beliefs that are perfectly canceling it out? I'll give you another example. I want to lose weight and manifest my dream body, but I believe that every time I eat a French fry, I gain 10 pounds. Now, I have a desire, but my belief goes against it. So you can say affirmations 100 million times until you're blue in the face and pass out for 100 million years, for as long as your soul exists, and you will not be able to achieve it. Why? Because of exactly what we've said from sentence 1. You need beliefs that go in alignment. They have to be congruent with what you're wanting. Otherwise, what you have is a pipe dream. And I say that with the most amount of love and respect. You don't manifest, as you know, you don't need me to tell you that. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you believe in. You manifest, right, where your alignment is. So right now in your reality, the reason that the love is stuck in a certain area is because you don't believe it can be more or better or different. And so it stays that way. Bumps in the road continue to happen. Partners continue to rock the boat. And you're in patterns where you're never satisfied, or you can never get to the final step, which is like marriage and engagement and finally being fully committed and devoted to someone. Why? Because the pattern must stay the same until the underlying computer coding, the belief systems, rewire themselves, which means that there's no amount that you can do to outdo a belief problem. After a certain point in time, you have to just change the beliefs, because that's the only thing that really matters. So the area in your life that you're stuck, let's say it's business, right? Let's say it's business. You want to get to $100,000 months, you want to get to $200,000 months, you want to get to $1 million years, whatever it is, or you want more clients or whatever it is. You're at a certain level. Let's pretend it's $10,000 months, okay? $10,000 months. And you want 20. What are the belief systems you have about why 20 isn't possible right here, right now? That's your work. It's to identify the exact beliefs that are keeping you stuck. Here's the tricky part. And form new ones despite what your reality shows you. Because as soon as you choose a new belief system, as soon as you choose a new story, reality will start to act up. It will start to show you more clients passing up on you. It will start to show you your pants fit a little bit tighter. It will start to show you problems within your relationship, because your brain is designed to keep you in what is familiar, because familiar is safe. But right now, for you, what's familiar is hell. Like, you ever heard the saying, people prefer a familiar hell to an unfamiliar heaven. Anyone ever heard that? It's very true. Because we would rather continue to feed into fear and limitations than to believe in possibility and expansion, because what happens if we fail? Or maybe what happens if I even succeed? The fear of success as well as the fear of failure are both very real things. There are some people that are actually afraid to get what they want, because what happens if it doesn't last? And so their subconscious doesn't give them their desire either. Can you imagine? The brain is so primed for safety that it's a joke. And there's nothing that's going to get your brain to not want safety. It's about working with your brain to form new, solid, concrete belief systems. New, solid, concrete belief systems. Because without solid, concrete belief systems, like I said, you just have a dream. But you want more than a dream. You want to experience something. Experiencing something cannot occur without changing the belief. I'll share an intimate story with you. There were times in my life back when I was a student rather than a teacher, following individuals. I love this. Thank you so much for these lovely words. There were times when I was a student and not a teacher, and I was trying to move my life ahead, right? And I was watching information and manifestation videos over and over and over again, okay? Trying to improve my life. That was in the shitter, pardon my French. My friendships, my career, my everything was falling apart. Every pillar that one relies on for support and safety was collapsing, each more painfully than the one before it. And it was awful. It was the dark ages for me. I was binge watching all this content. And at that time, if you would have asked me, Persis, do you want to change your life and do you want to make it better and all these fun things, I'd be like, yeah, that's like literally all I want to do. But the truth of the matter is, that was only partially true. Because some people are so tied to the negativity that it has become a part of their identity. I want to tell you something that might blow your mind. The reason you haven't been able to form new beliefs yet is because a part of you is still benefiting from having the bad ones. You may say, Persis, what benefit do I have by staying, poorer? What benefit do I have from receiving less clients? What benefit do I have from not hitting my goals? What benefit do I have from feeling terrible in my body? What benefit do I have by my partner rejecting me? And I have to say, so much. Literally everything in the kitchen sink. Because at the end of the day, there are some individuals that are stuck in the story because the act or idea of even going for more, hi from Greece, hello, is too much for them. It's too much for them. And every opportunity that the 3D throws them a curveball, boom, back into the old story. Boom, back into the old story. Boom, back into the old story. They want something, but they're not in the correct place right now to get it. You gotta be in your I'm done moment. That I don't care what this reality throws at me. It is now unacceptable for me to be here. It is unacceptable. I'll give you an example. Of an I'm done moment. For those of you who may not know about me, I was previously about 100 pounds overweight in my youth. And so I went on a journey to lose 100 pounds. And I lost it over about 1.5 to 2 years, all organically, by going to this thing called hot yoga, okay, where the room is like 105 degrees and you're in there for 90 minutes, okay? And so when it comes to that, right, I was in a situation, right? But weight is something you have control over. Not really. So many people have no control over their weight, because it's tied to their emotions. And I would dare to argue that we do have control, not over every single thing, but over a lot of things. And if this doesn't resonate, and if you don't agree, you're more than welcome to go and find people that you agree with. If I'm not your cup of tea, no harm, no foul. You don't need to worry about it. I'm okay with it. I don't want to keep stopping. I don't want to keep stopping and needing to correct things. So Gosh, now that we've gone on this little tangent, I almost have forgotten my point, where I was going with this. Oh gosh, what was I saying right before this? See, this is what happens when I pause and stop and address comments, is I lose my train of thought. All right, well, I guess, this person has gotten their way, because now I don't even remember where I was going with it, to be very honest. Oh my gosh. When I was little, hot yoga and losing weight. Yeah, but I don't remember what my point was. I don't remember where I was going with it. Oh, this is so frustrating. I always hate when something like that happens. Anyway. An I'm done moment. That's where I was going with this. That was my point. So in high school, I was tipping the scale. Yes, thank you, Chelsea. Well over 200 pounds. And as soon as I saw the 2 as the first number, as soon as I saw that 2, I had my I'm done moment. Every pound leading up to that 2 being the first number, though, I wasn't quite ready. I said I was ready. I said I don't want to feel this way. I said I'm tired of my self-worth, self-love issues. But the truth is, there was a part of me that was benefiting from being self-loathing. There was a part of me that was benefiting to stay stuck. There was a part of me that was benefiting because if I don't have to believe and I can still complain and I don't have to do the hard work to love myself and I can just stay stuck and I can just stay with what's familiar and I don't actually have to put in the work and I don't have to take accountability and I can just blame other people or situations for my scenario, then I'm benefiting a lot. There is nothing but benefits here. Nothing but benefits. By me not believing in my business, as an example, right? I don't have to deal with the rejection of people potentially not wanting to work with me. I don't have to worry about forming new beliefs and then what happens if they don't come, forming income goals and then what happens if the income goal doesn't happen. I don't have to deal with any of that. I don't have to deal with haters, right? Because I continue to not believe and outsource my power to other people. Well, people didn't show up. Well, people didn't pay. Well, this isn't happening, right? My funnel isn't working. Or in love, right? By me continuing to not believe that I am everything in the kitchen sink, everything and 10 times more, I'm benefiting. Because I get to stay in my powerless story. I get to stay with the power is outside of me. I get to stay with the rejection. I get to stay with the feelings of unworthiness. Or I get to stay with the narrative that is only hurting me of like, there's no good men out there. There's no good women out there. Love isn't for me. I'm not lovable. Some people said that, right? Some people have wounds, regarding themselves. Some people have just formed bad beliefs about the actual situation that they're wanting, right? And so there's a lot of different ways to slice this. But you are always benefiting from staying stuck. Don't think otherwise. You're not benefiting in the way you want to be benefiting, but you're always benefiting. There's always a benefit for you to stay right cozy where you are. I'll give you another example. Does anybody else, or is this just me? I have a sleep shirt that is probably I make jokes, right? 100 years old. Obviously it's not, but for the sake of my dramatization, I'm going to say 100 years old, right? It is old. And I'm not trying to be disgusting or to have people be like, oh my gosh, she's disgusting. But I want to say that, because I know some people can relate to this. You ever have a shirt that's so old that there's even probably pit stains on the shirt, right? And maybe that sleep shirt has even acquired so many tears throughout the years. That shirt is your comfy shirt, right? It's your comfy shirt. It's not attractive by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably 10 sizes too big, maybe. It's got stains, even though it's been cleaned. You know what I mean? It's been cleaned. It's been washed. That's why I'm don't think that I just have this shirt that never gets washed. But it's it's so old and it's so worn and it's so stained and it's so beyond its time. But that's your comfy shirt. I want you to think of your old story as that comfy shirt. That comfy shirt you just won't get rid of. That comfy shirt you just won't get rid of no matter what, right? It could be so ugly you don't care. It's just comfy. This is my comfy shirt. That's what your beliefs are. Your beliefs are your comfy shirt that you just won't get rid of because of potential fear of rejection, because of what happens if I form this, maybe, and it doesn't happen. Your need for external validation before your belief forms is the exact thing that's preventing your next level results, your next level clients, your next level love, your next level money, your next level business. You cannot expect reality to go before you. But too many people, whenever they try to form a new belief, when they get triggered, boom, back to the old. Boom, back to the old. Boom, back to the old. Because it's what's familiar. It's what's familiar. You don't have the same level of familiarity and comfort with the new story, which is why you keep giving up on it. Because there's a benefit for you to stay stuck. There's a benefit for you to not be uncomfortable. But if you're willing to be temporarily uncomfortable for a long-term benefit with the greater picture in mind, man, not a lot you couldn't accomplish. Not a lot. You know what I mean? Because the price of success is being willing to be temporarily uncomfortable for a long-term benefit. It's being willing to do the work without immediate need for validation or a pat on the back, a good job, People need validation sometimes to even motivate themselves to do the work that will benefit them. Riddle me that. Because they're stuck. It benefits you to believe that $50,000 months are not available for me. Because what happens if I go all in? What happens if I believe this and then maybe somebody hates me? What happens if I believe this and then it doesn't happen? Well, I want to ask you, what would happen? What's the story you default to? What's the story you tell yourself? People's wounds are really the thing that needs tending to. You can't form a new belief because you still have a wound that is open and active and emotionally charged. I'm going to give you another personal story. When I was in fourth grade, Mrs. Williams' class, I was playing kickball. I just told you a story about how I was very overweight, right? So I'm not a very athletic fellow, let's just say that. As soon as the kickball field, we're out on this kickball field, which is really just a basketball court, and a very gravelly one at that, very rough, very rigid. Not a good place to be playing kickball. So as soon as I get up there, everybody starts coming inward, basically. And so I interpret that as everyone's insulting me, right? Because I'm not athletic, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, she's just gonna kick it here and then she's gonna be an easy out, right? And so anyway, I get a little bit charged by this as a fourth grader. And so I kick this ball with all of my might. And I thought the boy, his name was Lamar. I still remember his last name. I thought he was gonna catch it because I was like, oh shit, I kicked it now too high and now it's an easy catch. And so he dropped it. It kind of whacked him in the head and he dropped it. So I was frozen because I didn't know whether I should run or whether I was gonna be out. Anyway, he dropped it, so I start darting for first base. I start darting. I still remember this whole scene perfectly. I start darting for first base. And this man gets the ball, and he hits me with the ball to get me out, right? And he succeeded. He got me out. But when he hit me with such a force, because he was a boy, I was a girl, that my little feetsies got all jumbled up, and I fell. And I slid on my knee the rest of the way to first base. Now, I started this story by saying this was a very gravelly, not smooth basketball court, very rigid, very concrete. So I stand up with my knee totally busted open. And I'm a boss. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna cry. I'm not even gonna show them any freaking pain. I was like, I'm just gonna look them right in their face, like shoulders back, you know what I mean? Chest out, like I am strong. And this guy was shitting pineapples, if I tell you, because he knew his ass was about to get roasted and toasted. Let me tell you, well done on both sides. And so I go up to my teacher. And I'm standing there, stone-faced like a killer. Okay, my knee is profusely bleeding everywhere. I'm just carrying blood with me. There's a little blood path now. And everybody is frozen, like stoic, like statues. They're like, how is she not crying? How is she not emoting? How is she not having a reaction? Anyway, I get to my teacher. Because I'm not crying or making a scene, she's double dutching with some other girls. And here I am playing kickball with the boys because I'm a big, strong person. Thank you very much. And I kid you not, I sat there for a good 60 seconds waiting for my teacher to stop double dutching because I didn't want to interrupt her after I had already tried to. And she was like, let me just finish this really quick. And nobody saw my bleeding knee and my busted open knee. And then she saw it when she finished her double dutch, and all of the blood left her face. And that boy, yeah, he did get his ass roasted and toasted because people were not happy, right? They were not happy. Anyway, I say that very gruesome story because I want you to parallel my bloody knee to an active open wound that you have. You can't not form new beliefs just because you can't form them, right? You can. It's just that you still have an emotional charge. You still have an open wound to some type of disappointment, pain, judgment, past criticism that is preventing you from forming a new belief. Because if I was to say, you know what, form a belief right now that you're going to win the lottery, and then I guarantee you're going to win it, why would you not be able to? Because you're stuck to your past. You have an open wound or wounds around money, around self-worth, around what you think you're worthy of, around what you think you're deserving of. You still have open wounds that have not been tended to. So how is it that when I tell you you form new beliefs, you change your whole life, you can't do it? Because you're still benefiting. You're still benefiting off the old story. And we already know in how many ways, countless ways that you are, right? Coupled with the fact you still have an open wound there, right? Because if the limiting beliefs meant nothing, you would just form new ones. If the limiting beliefs meant nothing, you would just form new ones, right or wrong? Right or wrong? Please, I'm open to being wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you had no attachment to your old story and you knew you were only going to benefit from this situation, you would form new beliefs without even questioning it. Why? Because you have everything to gain and literally nothing to lose. But so many people get in their head about it because they still have benefits of their past. They still have open wounds that haven't been tended to. And then they wonder why they can't handle the 3D. Why they can't form new belief systems, right? Exactly. And so anyway, I've been on here double the time, triple the time than I was supposed to. So I will get off now. But I say all this to say that if you are open and ready to take that next step, Belief Accelerator is in the link in my bio. I'm going to be helping you pinpoint where your limiting beliefs are and then creating new concrete ones. I have new neuroscience, evidence-based techniques that I'm bringing that I have invented specifically for this class, and as well as techniques to help you conquer the triggers and tests in the 3D so that you can become unshakable, unmovable, concrete in your beliefs. And when you do that, well, you only get everything you've ever wanted, because that's all you need to do. Change your beliefs, right? So we're going to learn what's blocking us. We're going to learn how to shift it. And having studied neuroscience, there are certain ways that really no one is talking about on the internet of how to help you form beliefs faster, better, and stronger. And all of them are psychology or neuroscience based. So they work, needless to say, very, very effectively. Okay, so if you're ready to take that next leap of faith in any area of your life that you desire, I want you to hit the link in my bio, hit open, click on the Belief Accelerator, and read into it. I definitely recommend securing your spot because there are limited seats. And like I said, there is an option of adding one-on-one with me where I will sit down with you and I will diagnose what is keeping you stuck, as well as, and probably more importantly, create you a concrete plan, customized above, beyond, and more, just the program, with extra private techniques, super fat, elongated explanations. Like my custom plans are probably around 4 to 5 pages long. They kind of come to you like an essay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like to give you a lot of things so that you can even use it and take it home with you and keep it and always have that information with you. As well as even bonus calls with my family members, as you know, in case you don't, that are also my coaches and who have, facilitated with alongside me thousands of success stories. So there's ways to just get the program without me, the more affordable route, or the program with me at a premium for those who want to pay the extra fee, because naturally we will be taking out our time, our energy, our expertise, forming the plan, supporting you. And so for that extra time and energy and effort and expertise, there obviously is another fee for that. But I've kept them separate in case you want the one-to-one or you don't want the one-to-one, okay? So if you guys are interested, links in my bio. I hope to see you in there soon. Take a peek at it, see what resonates with you. I will say that also when you get my one-on-one coaching, I'm throwing in the Belief Accelerator for free. There have been some people have gotten the 1 month unlimited and then I just gave them the program. But either way, I really do hope to see you inside. I believe I have created something that can literally solve the entirety of our manifestation community's situation. It's a labor of love. It's a labor of, just my love for science, my love for the brain. And is this all for manifestation? Yeah. So, this is the process of forming new beliefs. That's why it's called the Belief Accelerator program. You can join with any belief you want. We will even be having a group Q&A inside of the program. Of course, at that point in time, you will be sharing me with your peers, which is why I gave the option that if you want some private one-on-one time where everyone else goes away, that is an option. But I am including a group Q&A to make sure that I'm able to give you some solid, tangible examples, and or if you're ever lost or confused, to give you an opportunity to ask some questions to get clarity on what you need. But this is probably one of the best programs I've ever put together. I'm really excited about it. I've been so inspired. I literally have a list of probably 10 to 12 programs that I'm just going to keep pumping out. And so I also say that because if you don't get it, it will not be back, because then I'll be on to something else, and then I'll be on to something else, and then I'll be on to something else. And so if it resonates with you, grab it. If it doesn't, awesome. There's still plenty of other ways to be with us or work with us in some manner if that is your desire, And so anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I hope to see some of you inside. And yeah, we'll chat soon.